So is it fair to say, and I know, man, especially like people like Ani, they love Andre 3000. You can't say anything bad about him. Is it fair to say? Because I feel like he's kind of admitted this. Did he get a little Ben Simmons in him? Y'all know who Ben Simmons is, basketball player.
Yeah.
He feels like he can't reach that level again, and that's why he
Yeah,
won't
I think
do new music. Like he's afraid of, I guess, the letdown, of
Right.
not living up to the expectation.
I
Right.
mean, I think only so many people get to experience that. Because only so many people are that good. Where he's like, I was in a group and people are still he hears it. Like, it's not like he's oblivious to the world. It's like he hears people saying you might be one of the best lyricists, top 5 It's like when you keep getting named that way, and he's like Jay, I feel like Jay doesn't care. Jay's built different. Dre is a
Jay thinks he's the best. I don't know if Andre ever really felt
but
that way.
Yeah.
yeah. Where'd she go?
Nice.
Yale.
Virginia. Virginia Commonwealth University. This is one of the top art schools, actually in the country, especially the state. But she was just impressed by everything they had, man. So since the family trip with Tab's family in Texas, since that fell through, booked us. So I'm gonna take her to what's allegedly the #1 art school in the country, Rhode Island School of Design. And while we're up there, we're gonna do a day in Martha's Vineyard. And then I got the tour scheduled for that Monday. This is in June. I got the tour scheduled for Monday. So my hope is to take her there. She still is on this California thing, maybe a school out there. And then I want to take her to a HBCU and Princeton. So I may take her to FAMU. Not even just because you, Ferg, like of anybody that's going to a HBCU, you never hear them speak like they do, like FAMU people speak.
It is weird. The
Like,
only other people I can say
like
is active.
Howard is the most
Howard,
known,
yep.
but they still like they just gravitate to the celebrity that they have in media. But man, just listening to people that went to FAMU, it's like a family.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. I will say that. Morehouse and Spelman are the closest ones.
I was
I would
just
give
about to
that.
say that. Yep.
I said Morehouse and Spelman because Morehouse was my other choice. We're taking the kids to Atlanta. Oh, let's go jump into the show. Are we recording? We just
Hey,
hey.
it's already recording, but yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. What it is. Hey, man. Morehouse and Spelman. We're taking the kids to Atlanta this weekend. So, my goal is to get a chance for them to tour both schools. But let's take a step back, man. What up, though? What up? It's Three Brothers No Sense. I mean, we've already jumped into the show. You know, you caught us at the tail end of the show before the show. So, Buff, keep it going, man.
Every once in a while, The Sopranos would give you a scene before the credits, before the opening credits. That's what this just was.
Okay.
We did it a little different. You know what I'm saying? Before the what up.
You don't have people rewinding like, did I miss something?
But yeah, daughter went on a college tour today. My plan is, because I told you guys, I think I told the audience, I don't know if it was a private conversation or during the show, but her school hooked her up with a Zoom call with Princeton University. And man, they have some exciting things there too. So if I can get her a tour of Princeton, something in California, FAMU, and this Rhode Island one.
Yeah. What medium does Jasmine gravitate to? Like, does she actually do like physical art, or is it like digital? Like what's she doing? Sculpting, whatever. So I know she loves to draw, but
It evolves, man. It started out as sketch, then it was digital for a long time. Now it's some physical. Like they do some, like we've kept some of her sculptures. Like it's part of our furniture now. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So and this high school that she goes to now, this is her first year there. they do it all, man. They at the art exhibit last year I went to, their school first off, their school had their own room. Like, all the other high schools in the county had to share, like, this cafeteria space, and then the school she goes to, it was just they had, like, the whole library to themselves. I
So
said,
they put
"Goddamn."
everybody else's stuff on the fridge.
Like yeah, we don't really associate with them over there. So, but they had some very innovative stuff. I forgot exactly where, you walk to it and it does art on you. I'm explaining it bad, but it was like I was like, high school students doing this? Like, damn.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
man. High school is completely. It's so so much more advanced than it was when we were in high school. Like, to even think about what we were doing, consider those magnet and advanced courses.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Like, these kids have like, yeah, my engineering course, my engineering class. Like, dude, you're in 10th grade taking engineering classes.
And what I want to know is because Rising asked, what does she gravitate towards with AI becoming bigger and bigger? I've read that more and more people are less inclined to like buy the typical art from an artist when they could just get AI to create what they want. So, like, what else is out there in the field, or can she implement AI and what she does to help her? Like, it's a lot of questions that I have
Yeah.
because
Well, and that's the
it's
thing.
already a tough industry she's trying to get into. Art
Yeah. Yeah. What I'll tell you is real art is still in high demand. And I think
still has its
the
place.
advent of
Okay.
AI is making it even more high in demand. Like if you become the artist, right, then and people know you, your stuff is gonna sell. You're gonna get more than what in the past, right? Because anytime that it might not be, I think a lot of like Crate and Barrel and those places, they're kind of doing an anti AI stance where, hey, I need to see this person. Like, this is the person who created our art or whatever. And then they mass produce it, right? They may do prints of it or whatever. But they're kind of taking that. Now, when you go to Timu and Shein and those places, you might see some AI, a lot of AI art there. But that's one of the things, me and Leo we were looking at. We were looking for art, and we were like, and I was saying I want actual artists, and that's what the reason why I asked is what medium she's into, because I'm just like I want to get the Basquiat before she becomes Basquiat. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
Jasmine, I need, what I'm saying, I'll drop you $500, commission something. I want something with your name on it before you make it big. So, that's whatever medium it is, I want something from her. And so
Yeah.
that's really why I was asking.
Okay.
I was actually
Yeah.
listening to something on Washington Post recently talking about that as people get more concerned about AI and what jobs or things are going to be replaced. They talk about the arts because the arts are about human emotion, from
Uh,
poetry to just everything. You can be the best AI, but that human emotion aspect is something that they have not yet been able to replicate. And even if they start replicating, it's a replication of what
yeah.
they
Yeah.
think an emotion is.
It's a line that's mentioned on iRobot where I think Will Smith's character, or maybe the robot actually says it's like he can do all this stuff, but he can't create a work of art. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He still doesn't have that human nature to
The
put.
inspiration
Yeah,
behind it.
exactly.
That,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. So
Yeah, man.
that's
So
good for her, man.
be cool to
Good luck
check
on
out
this
Martha.
journey.
Be cool to
I definitely
Mhm,
have something
mhm.
on my bucket list now. I was reprimanded. I think this past summer because I was talking about Martha's Vineyard and being so bougie, and then they just Al and Asia and every Fred and his wife, like they were basically like, dude, your kids are bougie. Like let's stop. It is what
yeah.
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, your kids would go to Martha's Vineyard and think nothing of it. It'll just be like,
Like, what's the big
okay, this
deal?
is
What's
nice.
the big deal?
Not even that, but
Yeah.
like it's something like it's almost part of their expectation. Right.
Mhm,
It's so I know there's a group of FAMUans that go every year. My brother just actually got back with Tasha Lang and her family a few
mm.
months ago. So random. My baby brother hangs out with Tasha and the Langs
That's
quite often. So
what's up.
yeah. But
Man.
no. Got
What else
anything
you got,
else
Buff?
for us?
Oh, well, what I got is Kristi Noem. She's out. The former governor of South Dakota, and up until today was the current Secretary of Homeland Security. She's out, and you know we look at the president as someone who doesn't like to. Well, he doesn't. He doesn't admit when he's wrong. He never admits when he's wrong.
He's never
But
wrong.
you got to kind of look at actions. And so when he sent his border czar to Minnesota, that kind of lets you know that he wasn't agreeing with what was going on in Minnesota, despite what he would say publicly. You're sending somebody that works under your secretary to kind of take over, and she had to take a step back. And then what I'm hearing is the last straw was her Senate hearing when she spent, I think it was, don't quote me on it, I think it was like 200 million, 20 million. It was a big number
200,
on
200 million. Yeah.
200 million. Like it sounds so, like I knew it was 200 million, but just to say it, I was like,
that can't be right.
It can't be right.
Yeah.
Can't be right.
Yeah.
She spent $200 million so she could be an IG model for Homeland Security videos. So, and then she said Trump approved that. And reports are saying that he was irate about that. So he's kind of, this is what I mean
He's
about him
mad
too.
somebody lied.
I was telling somebody this though, for all his bravado, he really is not that confrontational. And I said that ever since I heard that phone call. Remember when Omarosa was in his first White House and she got fired and she called him and that phone call was recorded and he was just so like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen. I'm like, this is the guy that's like big and tough. So even with this, he fired her, but he's giving her like some position at Home Shield or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. But he's kind of like he's throwing her a lifeline while firing her. Senator Markwayne Mullin is said to take over for her from Oklahoma. So we'll see how that goes. But it's a couple of more cabinet people that he need to dismiss Bundy. But
Hickson.
He should start with the Secretary of War, first of all.
I really thought he was going to be gone too, man. Especially after the Signal app and all that kind of stuff. The only other thing
Can't
I
get rid
got,
of him now.
man,
He's in the war.
the only other thing I got that's true. Well, depending on who you ask, Ferg, we're in a war. Some people say we're in a war.
Yeah.
Some people say we're not.
Well,
or they say we're in a war, and when they say, "Oh, are we in a war?" they say, "No, I didn't say that." So there's that too, where they don't know what they want to say. So
and up here, man, the mayor of Baltimore, Mayor Scott, they trying to come for him a little bit. They released a report saying that he spent over $800,000 in 3 years on Baltimore Raven home game suites and foods, parties, funerals. And I just love the comments of this report because you got people in there like, man, that man dropped the crime rate to his lowest in 50 years in Baltimore. Let him enjoy his seafood boil. It's a lot of comments like that, man. He deserved them crab legs. So they try to come for him, but like the people of Baltimore are still happy with him so far. So that's all I got,
it won't
man.
make a difference.
Yeah.
Man, so much. Yes, we're still at war. As you said, the U.S. Sub destroyed an Iranian vessel, and first time a sub has destroyed a vessel. No, they've confirmed it, but it's the first time they've destroyed a vessel since World War II. So a sub hadn't shot down a vessel since World War II with a torpedo, but they actually did that. But come to find out, the Iranian vessel or warship that they shot down it was unarmed. It had just been doing like maneuvers with like China and everybody else, and it was just kind of heading back over to where it was supposed to be at, and it just got shot. So it wasn't like it was actually even trying to do anything, or anything. They just destroyed it just to destroy it there. So it's again, we are treating it like we're at war, but we're not at war. Congress hasn't actually said we're at war. It's a sad state of affairs, and so I'm really interested to see what's going to happen after the 60 days that the War Powers Act gives him. And so after that, the Congress will have to vote on it at that point. But I think we're going to be so entrenched in it by then anyway. And that's what I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to escalate it to the point where Congress has no choice but to say we're in a war because Iran is hitting back. And so kind of at this point, we can't just be like, well, they've hit us back, but we're just going to let it go. So I think that's the biggest part is after 60 days, interested to see what's going to happen there.
We might not make it 60 days, sir.
We might not. We talked a
mean,
little bit about.
So
Oh, go ahead.
did I miss? I thought that failed. Like they were trying to pass that, and it
They were trying to pass the War Powers Act, where basically limiting what he could do right now. So basically, they were gonna go ahead and vote and say, "Hey, we're not at war. You can't continue to be at war with Iran before the 60 days are up." That failed, but after 60 days, Trump has to stop, or we have to actually say we're at war with them.
I got to be honest. Congress never declares war, and I'm not trying to take up for Trump, but all presidents do this. All of them. All of them.
Well, here's a couple of
We've
things.
only declared war 5 times in our history. That's it.
Well, yeah, and
all these other conflicts, it's just been military action.
Well, I think the difference is usually it's us supporting somebody else, right? Like we can do a military action when we're supporting another country. They're actively at war. They're an ally, so we're supporting them as an ally, right? They're a NATO country. We got to help defend them, blah, 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 blah. Those are already established, so those can be considered military actions. This one's very different because we bombed Iran without retaliation, without imminent threat. Like they've kind of got off that rocker and stopped saying that. So that it's legitimately us at war with them if we continue, because it's not like we're kind of helping somebody else. I think he's trying to use the Israel to be able to say that, like, hey, Israel started it, and so we're there to support them and help them or whatever.
He's not even saying that. He said Israel's about to start it.
Yeah. So we went ahead.
Well, Israel's about to punch them, so we punched them together.
I think it's pretty clear there was no imminent threat. But we do this to remove leaders, which was part of the reason why we did this. And then this whole made up. It's like they did this math problem, this calculus problem of, well, Israel was about to attack them, and then that would have made them attack us. So we just getting ahead of it now. So like X plus Y equals Z sometimes on Tuesdays, but it's Wednesday and we got to bomb them. The explanation is pretty crazy.
Well, all of it's stupid. First of all, like I completely forgot. I was recently reminded of how dynamic Trump was this summer in obliterating the Iran nuclear threat. You know, that was one of the things he boasted on. Like, obliterated was his word. And like they were supposed to be set back years, right? Then all of a sudden, 6 to 7 months later, their nuclear threat, where it's imminent danger again. It's like, but we obliterated them less than a year ago. It's like, were we not supposed to remember that you didn't even say that you boasted, right?
We stepping all over Razi's opening.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
I'll say another difference is too, when we remove leaders, we usually have someone else that we want to prop up.
We killed him too.
We just removed their leader and we're like, okay, y'all got it. Same thing we said in Venezuela to an extent, and now we don't even have anything to do. Like Venezuela is forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still a thing now? Is that just forgotten?
It is. Maduro's there, but his regime's still there. The same thing with Iran. I mean, the Ayatollahs are still there. We killed the Ayatollah, but that doesn't mean that the Ayatollahs aren't still there. They're gonna, pick another person, pick another leader. They'll be the supreme leader, and then it just keeps rolling. It's not a big difference.
But we know why he did this. Or you gonna say why he did this, Razi?
For the Epstein
files?
Why he did this. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got to distract from the Epstein files. So, there you go. Yeah. But speaking of diplomacy, one of the funny things is Botswana Trump was trying to go get some of their riches and everything, and Botswana's leader Duma Gideon Boko said no
Nah, we good.
because Trump invited him to the White House to discuss it. Their leader said, "Nah, I'm good on that. Buyers come to the sellers. You can come see me in Botswana, or you're not getting any of our riches." And so that's just dope. The idea that shifting where these African nations are saying these are our resources, or any of these nations, Iran's the same way, Iraq, everybody's saying, hey, these are our resources. You got to come and talk to us about them, and they're still our resources. And we got to make sure the deals work for us. And so I like that these countries are really starting to stand up and understand that they have all these riches and they can use them to help their people and keep that in house instead of this old school colonial idea of these established nations coming in and just taking all of their stuff. So it's a much better situation that they're in. They're starting to understand, and this dude's dope. So I just wanted to kind of shout him out and say, yeah, stand on your first, and make sure that people understand. My bad.
Well, we're still talking about Trump. Let me just kind of pose, because there's things that every time I turn around, there's like this new epiphany of where we're at. Apparently, there's no long-term thought process. We've thrown out the 60-day war. We're not even a week in, and there's already concerns about us burning through our munition stockpiles, right? That's a huge concern, to the point where we're going there. Some analysts think they're going to have to really start picking and choosing better where they target. But it brings to another concern, is pissing a lot of people off. We've helped out Ukraine. We've helped out Israel. We're running through our supplies. If I'm China, I'm Russia, I'm sitting back and saying, hey, I ever was going to strike, if I was ever going to make a move, is this the time? Because it's almost a big bank take little bank situation right now.
Yeah, and
Or
China
my
is
opinion.
supplying Iran with their drones. So that's one of the things there is they are kind of helping out and saying, hey, use up as much of the US's military power as you can.
And I wonder, somebody has to be telling him, like, dude, like, I know you want to, he ain't even Bush. They ain't try to kill your dad or nothing. Like, dude, you just out here mad for no reason.
I told you it's headset and him wanting to play with the toys and him being like, rah, rah, I'm going to shoot everything. You've seen soldiers like that, right? You've seen infantry guys. It's like, we just want to go in,
Yeah,
kick
but they
in
only have
doors
so
and
much
blow up
power, and
everything
they're an
else. They
E6,
only
and
have so
they're
much, right? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. He is that guy that we've seen so many times in country and things like that as the sec def. He's the one that's leading that charge on being able to do that. And I really do think that a lot of people are in his ear or in Trump's ear, like, oh yeah, we can replenish all these stockpiles. We don't worry, we got that. Or they feel like Iran's gonna back down, we'll get through this, no problem. And I don't think that's true. So
yeah. I mean, side of the world has shown how resilient they are, and
mhm.
they don't. I mean, you almost grow up thinking that there's always something going on in the Middle East, and they're used to this, and they're a generation or two removed from this. Nigga, we get rocketed. Like, we still never forget. 9/11 was a huge deal for the US, as it should been, but, like, when you look at the destruction that other countries have faced
That's a
constantly,
Tuesday. That's a Tuesday for them.
right? And so now I wanna be very careful and not to disrespect the memory or anything. Like, hell, we went to war because of that. Rise and I literally served because of that. But at the same time, the impact that had on our country, it shut our country down. We were scared to go to airport. We were scared to do everything. And these people are in the middle of a war. They're being rocketed. There's a chance that where you stay is going to be targeted next.
I always tell the story of when I was in country in Iraq one time. We were at a school opening, and there were kids there, and they were doing a play. And in the middle of the play, an IED went off outside, and so our guys are out there scrambling. We're trying to like pack up and get out of there. The kids like jumped when the explosion happened and continued doing the play. Like it was like when you talk about it's second nature to them, like they didn't even think about the explosion. It was just like that's normal life for them. While we're sitting there like, oh, we got to get out of here because usually an IED is going to be a complex attack. We're probably going to get there's some more stuff coming, so we're trying to pack up, get everything out of there. We got to dip, and the kids are
Was this
still
early
like,
on?
no, this was what 2009, so
I mean, was this early
9ish,
on in the deployment?
about midway through, so probably 6 months in.
The reason I ask is I just think about the first time we got a mortar attack versus the third or fourth time.
But yeah, you
You
sleep through them
know,
after a while. You like, I ain't even
you
going to the
sleep
bunker.
through them.
I'm gonna risk it.
You know, remember we were playing a game of poker, and we were like, okay, let's just finish this hand first. It's like
Yep.
if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And I mean, I say that to say like I could imagine being that desensitized. Well, I can now. I think about all the things that are happening in the world in the mass shootings, the everything. I just remember how impactful Columbine was.
Mhm.
Like that shook the nation. Like we were like, I can't believe this is happening at us. And it's kind of like, okay, man, here
Yeah.
we go again.
As Iran, as
Thoughts and
we
prayers. Yeah.
bomb a school and kill 53, 56, I think, students and little girls right now. So yeah, again, that's their Tuesday.
And you think that's going to make people not want to fight, or that's going to end the resentment towards America?
Yeah, yeah. Like we always say, that one attack just created 200 insurgents.
Yeah.
So
Remember ISIS. I'm just leave it at that. Come on.
it's on you. That's all I got, man.
Oh man. Crazy week. Crazy week. I'll make mine quick. I got duped. I saw a sign that said the original barbecue chicken is back. So I went to KFC because I was under the impression that the original honey barbecue wings were back. They're not.
What is
Still.
it then?
I mean, it kind of tastes like it, but it's not the.
Okay, okay.
You remember them honey barbecue wings from KFC used to slap back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I was ready to report. I wasn't even going to go there. I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get them today so I can report on them before we record. No.
Speaking of being duped, Jax, for the McRib lovers out there, all 10 of y'all, me included. So Jax has a McRib and it actually tastes pretty good. It's not as tangy as McDonald's because
Is
it's not
Jack
McDonald's.
in the Box?
No, Jax. The restaurant Jax. You've never heard of Jax? They have burgers and chicken and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a Alabama chain. So that I know of. Anyway, for the Alabama folks.
Not Jack in the Box. Jax.
Not Jack in the Box.
Jax.
Jax. It's called
Jax.
Jax. JACK''S. Jax. Yeah. They got like fried chicken. They got like everything on the menu.
I just assumed I probably seen that and assumed that was Jack in the Box. Trying to be
exactly.
fancy and cool.
Yeah. Go get you a McChicken a McRib from Jax.
Jax has a McRib.
Yes. They don't call it a McRib. I think they call it a Southern rib or something like that. Southern rib sandwich. But it's a McRib sandwich. Including the pickle and like the sliver dungeons. It's everything. Yeah. Anyway, who's up? Who's question?
No, and I had one more thing. There is a band called The Paradox. Have you heard about these guys?
Yeah. First all black band to chart #1 on the alternative music charts. So
yeah, Billboard alternative. I listened to them. So I forgot how much I rocked with alternative music, like in the early to mid 90s, even early 2000s.
Nirvana and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. But when I say these boys, they sound good. It was, when I say they blended nostalgia with new age, because they were using new terminology and stuff like that. But they sound so much like Blink 182 and Green Day, that is ridiculous. And they actually mentioned Blink-182 in one of their songs, and they opened for Green Day. And they formed their band in 2024. And I was watching an interview earlier, and they were talking about they opened for Green Day maybe a month and a half, 2 months after forming their band.
How'd they even get
It
discovered is the question. Just
I think he
kinda
was just in communication with, one of the people that was close to Green Day, and they got connected, and he was talking to him, and that they were, like, broke, and they heard that Green Day was coming to perform. I forgot what American Idiot and another one of their albums, I can't remember. But he's like, "Oh, man, I gotta see that. Let me reach out and see if he can just get us tickets. We'll take the worst seats in the house. We just wanna be there." And he's like, "I got a better idea. How about you open for us?"
open force. Dope.
And that they went viral after that. I mean, and if if you watch them, I know, Byron, it might not be your cup of tea, but if you listen to them, you were like, "These boys sound good." And it's so funny, and it sounds racist when you say it. But it's like, if you didn't see them, you like, they sound like white boys. Like, they
They talk like white boy. I
it's
said that. Yeah,
they
they
sound so pure. And one of them, the bass,
Pure.
no, but I'm like, it sounds so like pure alternative, like that 90s grunge, like it just,
it's not like they're cosplaying it. It's like you
yeah,
can
they're
tell
they,
they grew up in it. They are in it, right? Yeah.
and it's funniest things, they have the bass player, I forgot his name, big black dude with locks, and when he gets ready to sing, the first time I saw him, I'm like, okay, here's the test, and when he sings, like, holy, was that freaking Adam Levine? Like, he sounds like, well, that's Kurt Cobain. He sounds so unassuming
Mm-hmm.
that you're like, there's no way that's his voice. It's
Yeah.
just like when you see that you'll watch a show and they'll have this little girl that's 6 years old and she come, with
Singing like Christina
barrettes in her hair and
Aguilera.
something like that, and she come out and sound like freaking Aretha Franklin or something. That's
Yeah.
what you got. When I say he looks nothing like none of them look nothing like they sound. But when I saw this big dude, I'm like, you gotta be
Yep.
and
Yep.
so, but no, I was shocked. I saw it and I was like, let me check them out. And I heard one song, let me check something else out. I'm like, these boys are rocking.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
of course it was a bunch of hate. It was, well, what about this band? What about this band? It's like, first, all black. And so there's other bands with black leads and majority black, but all black band to go number one on the Billboard's alternative list chart, like not rock as a whole or what it's an alternative, because it was just, bruh, y'all gotta pay homage to the 90s and da da da, and it's like, dude, just read, listen, and whatever. But let's go ahead and get it going. Sophie here. I feel like we haven't had a joke in a while.
She is. Let's see if I can get her. Hold on.
Hi guys. I know we missed me.
What's going on?
I'm back.
Sophie.
We
Was I
expect you
missed?
to have
Was
some
I
heat.
missed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Girl
And look at me
Girl
not come to
child, how
Atlanta
goes
this
it?
weekend.
Girl
Look at me
child,
stay at
how
home
goes it?
all weekend and not come down there.
You'll miss out, man. Out. How
Mhm.
goes
Okay, I have a
it?
joke for you guys.
We'll see.
What you got?
How much do roofs cost?
Half off.
Nothing. It's on the house. Y'all are off your game.
That was a good, and you worked on your timing, you didn't rush it,
Yup, I
your
didn't rush it. Y'all
delivery.
were just bad
Yeah.
at it.
She knew
Y'all
it
Yeah, I
wasn't
mean,
gonna
you
get
know.
slower than usual.
Yeah.
it.
She's in there.
Well,
She's in there.
you
I'm in there.
want us to not get it though.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
you
want you
know.
guys to get it. That's why but I
Exactly.
made sure not to rush this time because he's
Yeah.
always got on to me about it.
You
Yeah.
matured. I
Timing was
see
perfect.
you.
It was
Oh yeah.
just enough.
You're home, and then the way you clothe it, you just felt it. It's like, nothing. Like, yeah, you are in that house.
All right.
You're the best joke
Okay.
told.
I'll be there this weekend, I guess.
Did cost that much.
I know.
You got one replace this summer, past summer. All righty. Who wants to go? I have a lighthearted one. If you
Okay.
wanna.
let's start off lighthearted then.
Yeah.
I saw this post, and the question was, name a 90s rap group or artist that you would like to see drop an album or a hit song today. And so for me, I said, just instead of one, let's do three. If you could have one rap group or artist drop a hit, something today, a whole album or whatever, and you can think outside the box. Like, you know what? I'd like to hear this. Here you go. I got one that nobody's gonna ever, and y'all gonna look at me like, dude.
One is extremely easy, as they debuted in '94 with Southern Player Lifted Cadillac Music.
Yeah.
I'd love for Outkast to drop.
Yeah, of course, that was the number one. That was the number one that I saw on the list.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's that. I
go into the bag, Brian. Go into your bag.
I wouldn't mind because 444. I think that was 10 years ago now by Jay-Z.
Really? I know Jay was on my, and that's that. Did you like 4?
I did. It got mixed reviews. Some people loved it. Some people was like, I liked it. And I also would like him to tour. Okay, yeah, so 9 years.
I didn't think it was that long ago.
Yeah, so him. And the third one, is it would it be possible to finally get the Hot Boys together? I don't know what's the status of Turk. Turk is out, right? He's out. Yeah, they all free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all free.
Yeah, Hot Boys. A Hot Boys album with a Lil Wayne that you can understand. But Hot Boys. Hot Boys reunion. So them are three.
What was it? Because I had to step away for the second one.
Outkast, Hot Boys, and Jay-Z.
And Jay-Z. Okay. All right.
A lot of people I wanted to pick are no longer alive, to be honest.
Right.
Who do you think will be the most successful?
I think probably Outkast.
Jay.
Yeah, Outkast though, because the world wants to hear that. Okay,
Yeah.
Rozzy, who you got?
Yeah.
Should I cut? Can Rozzy not say those three, or do we have to?
It's kind of hard to be like, oh, don't say them. But I'll try to get three more. How about that?
Okay, there you go.
I'll add on to it. And so I agree with those three. Very good ones. I'd probably say Boys to Men.
Rap.
It has to be rap.
Group of solo artists.
Rap or group. No, he wasn't. That's the hard part. Hell. Was Nelly 90s or he 2000s?
I knew you was gonna say Nelly. Yeah, he was.
I
knew I was gonna say Nelly. Like,
you like a Nelly fan.
I like Nelly. I was
surprised.
a fan.
I just assumed your first one was an easy shoe-in.
What, Snoop?
No, that was
or Woo. I'd say Woo dropping it, but
that's what I expected.
The reason why I don't say that is because they still drop music now, right? Like Method dropped the album like 2 years ago or something like that. So that's kind of why I'm like, I don't really say, oh, I miss their music because they're still dropping and still coming out there. And so that's the hard part. It's the folks that are still alive, because I assume we're not saying folks that have died, right? Because it'd be easy to be like, oh yeah, wish Pop could drop something right now. That'll be super dope there. That's what's making it really hard. It's like the folks that are still alive that haven't dropped music that we really want to hear there. And so putting all three of those together makes it super duper hard. Because even Snoop has dropped an album or at least a song here and there.
You got, man. Come on.
I don't have mine either. I only have one.
Don't
50?
just think
50
was not the 90s.
99
with what? What, How to Rob?
Yeah, like his underground stuff. We talking about just his commercial stuff?
That was hot in the 90s, dog. Nobody knew who the hell 50 was in the 90s.
Okay, all right. Dang, that's even harder.
That's very intellectual. That is a very intellectual answer.
He tried to slide it in with 99.
I'd probably say Nas. I think Nas will be a good one to
He
drop
just
an
dropped one
album.
recently.
Yeah, Nas been dropping heat. Him
I
and
know that's
and
what I
Hit
mean.
Boy.
That's why it's so
Yeah.
hard. I don't know what you got, Ferg. Come
Don't
back
just
to
think
me.
males either. Don't forget about the ladies. Yeah.
Damn, Buff, you stole my thunder.
Okay.
Wow, even the ladies in the 90s, like,
I think I know who Ferg gonna say.
yeah, Ferg, who you got? And come back around to me, because like, Buff got the kind of obvious answers there.
Is it Miss Hill?
I feel like she owes us one.
Yeah.
I feel like she owes us one. Like you can't, like you gotta prove you've had 30 years to get in your book of rhymes and come out with something.
Yeah.
Like I just think like that would go platinum, double platinum day one, just because everybody wants to hear it. Outside of Outkast, I think that might be the most requested rap album out there. If somebody had a wish list of rap albums.
Yeah. Is it inappropriate to say Mystical?
It's not inappropriate. It's just,
So I know he's a rapist, and so we like to cancel people.
Grapist.
He's a grapist. But yeah, so. But
It's inappropriate. But it is inappropriate, but you can still want an album.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of same thing. It's like, I hate to say it, but R. Kelly, if he was, we longing for this R&B on there. I mean, Kelly kind of was a rapper too. He rapped a little bit.
Definitely wasn't a rapper.
Don't do that. Yeah.
So, but
okay.
Speaking of Mystical though, I don't know if you guys have seen Jimmy Neutron. He's the kid that calls himself Mystical Son. He has that real mystical type flow there, so that's giving me a little bit of mystical vibe with his flow. So if you haven't checked him out, go check him out. It's actually really, really good. I think he goes by Jimmy Neutron.
Okay.
Now, so
Lauryn Hill, I had one more, but I wanted to say that one for last, just because it's a shocker.
Yeah,
it's not Silk the Shocker.
Thank goodness.
Rappers.
Part of me was thinking like a Fiend or a Mac or somebody like that.
I don't think Mac would do well, sales wise, but I would be interested in a Mac album.
Yeah.
Luda.
Oh yeah.
He crossed my mind.
So
but
I'm
was
going.
Was Luda 90s? Luda was 2000s.
You're right. Yeah. My bad. You got me. Sorry, pimp. Sorry, pimp.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like 50. I think Fat Rabbit dropped in 99, but he had to like re-release it when he got with Def Jam and
because I remember riding around listening to Luda in Mobile when we were still in Mobile, so it had to be 98, 99. Because he was on one of Timbaland's album.
I was gonna say,
I think he was on that Timbaland and Magoo album. So if you want to count Luda,
I think that was Fat Rabbit, but
yeah, Fat Rabbit. It was Fat Rabbit that was on Timbaland and
that's
Magoo.
Kind of no, thousands.
He's still a 2000s rapper. I get that. Yeah.
Could Twista come back out?
That goes something.
Yeah, Twista could come back out.
Twista was hidden. Right, I was surprised you didn't come out with like Timbaland and Magoo. That was kind of your.
Yeah, I did like Timbaland and Magoo, but it's one that it's dated. I don't think they'll like Twista could probably drop something now and it'll still ride, right?
Just but I think nostalgia, like hearing the reason I'm asking this question is hearing that band made me appreciate the music we had.
Yeah.
Right? Even if nobody else appreciates it, I think our generation would appreciate it. So my last one, and it's so random, and I heard it randomly a few months ago, and I'm like, I was vibing the whole time. Uncle Al. No, could you imagine Uncle Al dropping a song? I can see Tab and Allison still gonna get it. Rising gonna be in the background dancing. I don't know, it was just something about that. And I think because when I hear about the kids going to parties and stuff and just they don't enjoy dancing and music and stuff like that, just that energy that we had back then.
We do. It's y'all call it the problem is y'all call it that baddie music, the ratchet music. It's the guys aren't doing it. It's like, so they still do that. They just do it to Sexy Red and Glorilla and City Girls. And so that's what they kind of dance to. And so it's not your Scarred or your anything like, Uncle Luke, anything like they're not
So they're
like
stripping. Okay, that's
dancing to
cool.
that, but it's still that upbeat type of thing that they're doing. I mean, it's you can say that, oh, you don't like the lyrics or whatever, but the kids
What
still
dance
go
moves they
out
do,
and
Roger?
dance to that. So I
What
mean, they
dance move?
twerk the same way that our girls were twerking back in the
They
day.
did more than just
Let's
twerk,
not
though,
act like
bro.
our
Like
girls weren't twerking.
like it's one dance move, bro.
What do you mean?
It's twerk. That's it.
Bruh. Yeah, how many times did we stand up on the wall or we just stand there and the girl just sit
They
there
had
and grind
whole
on us?
routines, bro. They had whole routines, bro.
Sometimes, and they still do too. What do you think these TikTok routines are? You complain about TikTok, or people in general complain about TikTok and the TikTok dances, but that's the same thing that they were doing back in the day. It's just now they're recording it and put it online.
Are they doing it at
Aren't
parties?
mostly the girls dancing with girls now? Like, is there any co-ed dancing in these youngin'
Yeah,
establishments? Is it? Okay.
yeah, they do. They do.
It's a lot of girl on girl dancing
There's a lot of girl on girl,
and
but
phone scrolling.
Right.
yeah,
When I just go to the
yeah,
I'm not
there's a
even like
lot
when
of
you go
that.
to the club, go to the it seems like it's a bunch of standing on walls, a bunch of social media posts, people getting sections and looking around. But hey, you got young adult and teenage daughters. So
That happened, and this is what I tell you. I think the club culture has died, but if you go to house parties, you go to house sets, like, I happen to go to like undergrad parties every once in a while, like to drop off something to the neos or something like that. Then I see it, or they post it, in our social media or on their social media. I see what it looks like. So I just think it's moved to those smaller venues, the little house parties and sets and stuff like that, versus a club. I do think club culture is dead. I really don't think that. Other than I say that, but it's really black club culture is dead. It's not like that in white clubs. White clubs, they still dance, and they're dancing to hip hop.
But
yeah, you got two more, Rosie.
to get back to the question, how many members of Bone are still here?
4? Was it Lazy?
Lazy, Crazy, Busy, Wish, Flesh.
Yeah, Flesh has died. Busy, I think, is dead, right? So, but I think it's like 3 or 4 of them left. But truthfully, I mean, it's Crazy and Lazy that gonna carry them anyway.
With Mia X, I mean, because Mia kind of
The way she shined at Versus, I would be here for that. I don't know how she would do it in sales, but I would be here for that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think most of the ones that haven't dropped music in a long time probably wouldn't do a lot in sales.
Speaking of Mia X, maybe you guys already knew this. I just learned this today, and I got to go back and listen. Her Bout It verse is apparently 2 verses at the same time in one. So, like, she's rapping, but then you hear, like, these what sounds like ad-libs.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's a whole nother verse, and it works.
Yeah,
Bro,
is.
that should be a bigger deal.
Yeah, it is.
That should be a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
She did that in the 90s, bro.
So, yeah. I remember listening to that, and like you can listen to that undertow. And it is. It's a whole. I didn't think about it as it being another verse, but I did know that it was a whole nother, like it was a different, like there were different words and they actually went together. So when you think about it like that, yeah, it is 2 separate verses on there. It's not ad libs where she's just kind of saying the same thing in sync. It's a whole nother sentence or a whole nother paragraph under it.
Yeah, that's crazy, and it worked.
That's cool.
It worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
Hey, beats by the pound, man.
Yeah. So
they did that thing.
Who were your 3 again?
Hove, Cass, and Hot Boys.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Cameron. I could see Cameron doing a new song. It's something I'd be for. Like, yeah, I like Cam.
'Cause I'm just trying to think. Certain rappers, I feel like, groups have the capability or the style to mature. Like, I think Hove has proven that he timeless. His his messages are appropriate for his age.
It would be cool to see a Ball and MJG kind of get the same. So once UGK did that song with Outkast, International Players Anthem, and plus they had done the Big Pimpin' with Jay-Z, even though I still feel like in general they're about the same level as Ball and G as far as notoriety, but they obviously reached, I think, higher tiers than Ball and G. It would be nice to see Ball and G have their moment where, like, the nation is kind of paying them attention, and you know, they just never, like, Space Age Pimpin' was a hit down south. You know, Stay Fly with 3 6 Mafia, that was a hit, but that's 3 6 Mafia song. It would just be nice to see them get that notoriety for a little
You don't
while.
think Candy did that though?
That's probably my favorite Ball and G song, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's just the challenge with some of these guys is their music fit their image. First person I was like, man, you know what? I love to hear Short again. Short can't be, I'm 45, Short got to be 60.
I think
This nigga can't
the song too, to be honest.
But if he's
And
still
he's
talking
been
about
dropping music.
but if
Like,
he's
that's
still
the
talking
other
about
part.
pimping, like, but and it doesn't go anywhere because it's almost like you can't keep trying the same image. Like Jay has grown.
He did.
Yeah.
Jay has grown.
He said
Lauryn
there's some
Hill,
songs
I
he's
feel like, has
embarrassed
the
by.
ability to talk about life today. You know, her experiences, all that stuff. So Outkast, same way. Like, I think they're eclectic enough to talk about the new Atlanta, the new South music, all the stuff like that. I think they'll have some dope ass features. Like, I would love to hear that out.
So is it fair to say, and I know, I mean, especially like people like Ani, they love Andre 3000. You can't say anything bad about him. Is it fair to say, because I feel like he's kind of admitted this, did he get a little Ben Simmons in him? Y'all know who Ben Simmons is, basketball player?
Yeah.
He feels like he can't reach that level again, and that's why he won't do new music. Like he's afraid of, I guess, the letdown, of not living up to the expectation.
I mean, I think only so many people get to experience that. Because only so many people are that good. Where he's like, I was in a group and people are still, he hears it. Like, it's not like he's oblivious to the world. It's like he hears people saying you might be one of the best lyricists, top 5. It's like when you keep getting named that way, and he's like Jay, I feel like Jay doesn't care. Jay's built different. Dre
thinks he's the best. I don't know if Andre ever really felt that way.
Yeah,
but
that's it.
It was just
no, he
humility.
doesn't.
Yeah.
But he also says Big Boy is better than him. Like he said it in interviews. He recently said that in an interview.
Yeah.
That Big Boy was better than him.
There's an argument to be made with that.
I'm not here to debate that.
I'm not here to debate that.
I'm not here to debate that.
Thank you.
What I'm saying
Big Boy
is,
might be better than Andre.
and Big Boy probably would say that he's better.
Yeah.
Andre is, I look at it, now that we're having this conversation, I'm not putting on the same level. Big Boy, Jay, certain rappers are like MJ and Kobe. They have a certain killer mentality. Andre was cool with being that cool, eclectic, I get to just experience
He's a Kevin
life.
Durant. Like, you could make the argument that he is the GOAT, like, as Kevin Durant. But
no, we can't make it.
There are people that actually
not get
try to
away,
make that.
He's one of the greatest scorers. He's a great scorer. But I see what you're saying. Like
I couldn't let you get away with that, right?
I say
I'm not saying that. I'm saying there are people that will argue that based on him being the biggest scorer.
He's more like
LeBron.
Everything. He is more of a team player. I don't, even though LeBron is big into the lights, he's just like, I'm not built with that killer instinct that some of these. Like, I can't even see Dre. Like, could you see Dre battling? Just think about that Kobe Jordan mentality. If they were rappers, they would battle. They would be battle rappers.
Young Dre, maybe though. Young Dre.
But young Dre, because like you're young and you don't care. Like, but
I think he would be very subliminal with it too. Like the punchlines would be subliminal. Yeah, what I mean,
but he battling just because he's for the love of music. You know, like you can't beat me because I can't be beat because I'm only competing with myself. You know, like he's not, to me, and we could be reading way too much into this.
Yeah, like he would look at the art as the art, right? If
Right,
you
yeah,
try
like,
to be like, yo mama this, your mama that, Dre's gonna be like, those were good bars, right? Like,
yeah.
not that you talking about my mama. He's like, oh, the way you did that and this, that, and other, I can see that.
Yeah, he would almost be B Rabbit. Like I could see him like flipping the script and just like, you can't kill me. Like there's nothing you can say. I am that strange dude. I do wear a turban, you know. I do wear fuzzy boots and stuff like that. That's just who he is. And so I say that I agree, Buff. Can you ever reach that pinnacle, that zenith that people expect you to hit? And anything less than, like, what would be acceptable? If he dropped an album today, if Outkast dropped an album today, how great would it have to be for it just to say, okay, they didn't. They had
And
too much
it
to
would
lose.
have to be Clips level. That's why I think he can do it, right? I mean, it's they are the Clips, right? Or they have that level. So
So he
so
doesn't
far
above the
past
Clips, right? From
and
a level perspective.
he doesn't even if Outkast came out, this is what I would want Dre to understand. You don't even have to be Jordan 30 points a game. I mean, you could just come out and give us a good 20 and 10 rebounds and 2 assists. Like people crave it. Like his fans love him so much. It doesn't have to be the International Players Anthem, which I think is one of the greatest verses ever.
But you don't come out of retirement for that. You don't come out of retirement to be a shell of yourself.
Well, I don't even think he would be a shell.
Well,
It's
that's
just
the
like
thing. I don't think he would be.
Jordan would come out of retirement to drop 20. Right? It's like, if you keep playing and you end up averaging 20 to 10, then yeah, but you don't like, I'm about to come out of retirement and show these niggas I can still hit 20.
Ain't that exactly what he did with the Wizards?
He did that with Washington. And by the way, 20 is all-star level, by the way. That's an all-star.
And
if you're
let's be
averaging
honest,
20.
Let's talk about, people don't even count those Washington years.
They
Right?
don't, but
because he dropped 20 a game, and it was like, this was so disappointing.
Yeah,
you were disappointed with his 20.
Chris Bosh is in the Hall of Fame averaging 19 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was 40 with bad knees after 2 years off. You know what I mean? So
those years were a disappointment.
So maybe the team was. Like, if they had a won, if they had players they had a won, him averaging 20 would have been great. But
because it's not Andre walking into the Wizards, right? It's Andre walking back into the Bulls, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference there. Andre you still got Big Boy that's still dropping fire on Instagram or whatever. Like, he's dropping hot 8s, hot 16s just randomly on an Instagram post. So it's not like Big Boy.
I think we were like, man, if the album is not fire, people are like,
I think as long as it's good. I think as long as it's good, it doesn't have to be great. As long as it's good,
critics.
Because I think if you look at their complete discography, I think Stank On Ya is near the bottom, which ain't bad when you consider what albums they have. Southern Player Listed, ATLians, Aquemini. Aquemini, I think, is number 1. Stank On Ya is not a bad album.
Love Below.
It's just compared to the others, something has to finish last. As long as it's as good as Stank On Ya, I think we all right. I think people will appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, if he come out and sucks,
he was in his prime,
bro.
They still were in their prime when they came out with Stank On Ya.
You got
like,
people,
they just had a bad season.
You got people praising that Flute album, and that Flute album, come on, man, come on. But people was like praising that.
Do have people praising that Flute album, but you have way more people saying that was crap. Right? And so for Dre, I want you to be right. I want them to come out.
Yeah.
I'm like, mentally, I'm like, man, I don't want to put myself in that situation because.
And what I was going to ask is, does Lauryn Hill suffer from the same thing? Does she have some Ben Simmons in her? Is she afraid to come up short of miseducation?
Yeah,
me, I
she has actually said that. So, like that
Really?
that's why she never made a second album. It was just like, I don't know how I beat that. I don't know how I top that. And so
it's very rare that you come out with something, your first album is that impactful, probably one of the most impactful rap albums or whatever, and some people debate if it's rap or not. But rap albums, female albums of our generation, right? I know dudes that listen to the album, right? Like it is what it is, myself included. I'm not even trying to act like dudes. But once again, when you have something that impactful, you brought up 50's first album, right? We talked about some of these people who had to drop an album or two to get noticed, and we don't even acknowledge that. Like, you dropped your first album, it's one of the hottest albums ever.
yeah.
And so how do you fall back on it? It's like anything else, is it you think your second album is gonna be the
Because
how
truthfully, most artists, their first album is their best album.
but best album, but it's not a iconic
I
album.
mean, I get that, but
I
I'm
think
just
that's
saying
the
in
thing. It's
general,
different
that's the
than
thing. It's like, you
Well,
understand
I
these
don't
are the
think
songs
Outkast
that you've
suffers
been
from that.
doing.
Oh, you're talking about Lauren, though.
Yeah,
Lauren,
Lauren.
yeah,
Yeah. So
Lauren, yeah.
Outkast, that's what I'm saying. They had so many hits. You know, it's very rare that you can duplicate that. But it's a good album. But Miseducation. I mean, that's just different.
I would even accept, if it's not an Outkast album, I would accept a Dungeon Family album where Dre did maybe 4 features, 5 features, and so the pressure's not on them to create a whole
Rise, you done figure it out.
album. But
CeeLo will take all the pressure off
CeeLo
everybody.
you got CeeLo, you got Gibb, you know what I'm saying? You got Goody Mob in there. Like, a Dungeon Family album would solve that
I
problem.
think he might be open to that.
I know.
Nigga,
Yeah,
I
he'd be-
Because
want
he
that.
still drops features every now and again, right? I think he had a feature on with Kendrick, right?
he had-
on GNX.
He
So
had one on Kanye, and then I think Kanye took it off, but it still
Mhm.
leaked.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, he's still dropping features. So if we can get about 4 features on a Dungeon Family album, I can see that, and that can go. So if it's not gonna be an Outkast album, let's get a Dungeon Family album.
He got to get out of his way though, because his thing is, what would I rap about? Like,
Yeah, what do I rap about? And,
take about taking my medicine or something like. He said something like that.
But
in
who
the
does he
interview.
show
Yeah,
up
but I
as?
mean, he rapped about classic cars and value, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's like same thing Jay did with 444 and everything. There's stuff to be talked about that you've had experience over the last 15 years that we want to hear about, right? We don't know how to be a superstar and move and learn the flute and all that stuff. Like, I'm cool with hearing about any of that.
I just wish I think it would be huge if Outkast came out. Same with Lauryn Hill, and I'm not even a Lauryn Hill fan like that, but I think that would be
I already got his name.
tremendous.
Hey, the name of his album should be called Imposter Syndrome.
With him and Lauren, like, put them together on an album, on the song.
The world
That'd be
ain't
the
ready for
title song, Imposter
the world ain't
Syndrome.
ready for that.
And
Like-
actually, Hove can be cryptic sometimes. He's been kind of like dropping little hints that he may either tour or come out with something new and tour. So it's,
I heard that too. I heard that. And with T.I. dropping this album, I could see it. I could see him going ahead and doing it. So I'm kind of excited for T.I.'s new album too. I mean, that's 2000s. And that's the thing. I think I would much rather hear some of the 2000s artists more than the 90s artists.
well, I think that would make it easy. That would have been easier. I like Ferg choosing the 90s. That made it a little more.
Yeah. Because the 90s probably when you started loving rap and hip hop,
Mhm.
right? That's
Mhm.
when it was such a time, even Hot Boys, I think they were like, that image, they can't be hot boys anymore. Like, you're hot grandfathers. It's
Yeah.
like, like, I like, I'm hot. You're like, you, who? It's like,
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, the hardest part is picking folks who haven't released stuff. So, because Trick Daddy released an album last year, right? Like, or at least a song last year. So Trick would have been one that I
and
probably would talk.
how did
It wasn't bad. I mean, it was forgettable, but it wasn't
and-
horrible.
and that's
It
my
wasn't chapter 8K, verse 47, Book of Thrones, baby. Don't sleep on Trick, goddammit.
Because I feel like, and you got, I was in Florida, bro. Trick was triggers me at FAMU chilling. I done
Man.
passed tricks so many times, but at the same time, it's when you have a certain image that doesn't age as well, like your trick granddaddy, like, it's like how you rapping about, hoes like Luke, like you can't really be Uncle Luke, like your great Uncle Luke at this point. Like it's too short. One of my favorite rappers, I used to, Cocktails. I think that was the first album I learned backwards and forwards. Like you can start in the middle of the song. I had it.
Yep.
I think you make a good point, but if the music's good, Rick Ross is 50 years old. He's still gonna rap about the same.
But Rick Ross started, he's been out for a while, but he started older. Like Rick was almost in his 30s when he started, right? And so he has this boss image. Well, he's just like, as a boss, like they would have to become bosses and not like, like the pimps and all that. Rick is just like, nigga, I'm almost like a Southern Jay-Z, like a Miami Jay-Z, where like he's talking about franchises, he's talking about everything. Like he's mature with his music, and his music is maturable. Like it's when you the hot boys, like you riding around with bling bling, like you can't rap about that no more.
The Hot
They
Boys
can't
would
they
be the
can't come
most.
out doing YN music.
That
Yeah.
would be the most difficult because the Hot Boys are really known for jewelry, watches, cars, and then you got and at the time Juvenile was the hottest of the group. They came out now. Lil Wayne is the most notable, and he mostly raps about getting high eating. So you got that element, and then so are they still rapping about
That's that.
drop top
Well, I mean,
Bentleys?
Juvie's got a song that he's dropping now, BBB with Megan Thee Stallion. Like they've already announced that.
Well, maybe that might make it relevant, but it's like you
I
said.
mean, just his little clip that he had was hot. The one that came out. So that's one that we can say we don't have to say. But Juvie is a '90s rapper that I think him dropping music right now is actually pretty exciting.
But he has strategically he had to do with Megan Thee Stallion. Like you said it.
No,
I think you
he
said it
dropped
best.
he dropped the song before that. Like he
Well,
dropped the song
last
by
year,
itself.
it was hot too. It was hot.
Yeah,
it was hot. It was
But
fire.
I think that's the thing about it. Like you said it, they dropped when we were there. They dropped YM music, and if you specialize in YM music, you can't be a unk. I don't even think they unks anymore. I think we graduated from unks. I think we're OG.
no, they
status.
old school. Yeah, we
They're
OG.
old school. Like you can't be
we got
old school.
we got about one more year. We got about one more year of unk status.
Well, yeah, and like the foundation of rap is bravado. Don't f with me. I mean, they can just lean into that. It don't matter how old you are with that. Like that's always going to be a thing that rappers talk about.
Yeah.
So,
And like you
but
said, I mean, with Cash Money or Young Money or Hot Boys, it's one of those things that they talked about cars and bling, and now they actually have, or most of them have that stuff. So now it's even easier for them to talk about it there. So I think the hardest part is that going to resonate with the people that are listening to them right now, right? Like the 40-year-olds,
I mean,
45-year-old folks.
You're right. They can
Yeah.
rap about it. It wouldn't. I don't think.
I don't think it will, right? That's
that's
the
my
thing. I don't
point.
think it's gonna resonate with us, right? They need to talk more about what's happening and what's relevant. I don't know.
But that's not.
Which
that's
is
not
what
who they
Andre
are.
said, right? Do I
But that's
talk
not who they
about?
are.
that's all Rick Ross rap about, man.
But Rick has always been that way.
Like,
And Rick has
like
been.
you can listen. You can still rap about having an extravagant. That's rap. Extravagant lifestyle. That's what they were about.
Yeah.
All you got, just make sure the beat is fire and the hook is catchy.
That's it.
I get you. I just feel like
Lil Evil has spoken. That's the '90s group I want to hear. Swat.
there it is. No, but I think like I agree. I think it's just like coming back. You ain't rapped about this 30 years, and all of a sudden you bring it up. Rick Ross never fell off. Like Rick picked up where they left off, and he's filled that gap. To me, right? Like it. So they made it seem like we're young niggas, wife beaters on, driving around fast cars and all this stuff. Rick wants to get chauffeured. Like he is a different world, and they gonna have to transition into like it's gonna have to be a transitional album,
Yeah, I'm gonna send you that Juvie song. Like I said, it was dope.
He said I'm cool. No, it was good though. It was
All right, Lil Evil spoke. I'll take his word for it. Risey likes to make ribs, so man. All right, let's go ahead and close it on out, man.
I just want to say that I finally became the third brother of three brothers to see Ali Sadiq live and show. I can't wait for it. So he did a recording for his new special, and I surprised the missus because I didn't tell her where we were going. I just said, "Hey, we're leaving the house at this time, and we're going to a show." And so she really enjoyed it. She's told me like 3 times since we saw him how much she enjoyed it. So it'll be cool to watch it again once he drops the special. Very funny guy because it's hard to find new funny comedians, and I think he's one of them. That guy y'all mentioned, Josh Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
he's good too. I like him, and I heard I think it's Bruce. Somebody has a new special on Netflix.
Bruce. Yeah, it
I heard
dropped
it's
yesterday.
I heard it's really good, so I'm gonna check that out. Other than that, man, make sure you check us out, threebrothersnosense.com. Get some merch. Subscribe to us on any podcast platform. Check us out on YouTube as well. And make sure you're telling 2 to 3 people that don't know about the show. And finally, I was put on this show that came out about 3 years ago on Hulu, and it's based on a book called Black Cake. And it was pretty good. The main character, somebody always annoys me in these shows, and the main character, she had her moments where she annoyed me, but it's pretty good, man. Like, it's not a show that I ever would have stopped and watched on my own, but I'm always open to suggestions, and I decided to check it out. It's good. It's only 8 episodes. It's 1 season, and it's good. And so if you have Disney Plus and you're just completely out of things to watch, check out Black Cake. It's about a woman that's born to a Chinese father and Jamaican mother in Jamaica. The father gets into some type of debt to where he pretty much has to then sell his daughter off to marry this kingpin in Jamaica, and that's all I'll give away. But it's really good, man. So check it out if y'all haven't, man.
Is that
Black
Disney
Cake.
Plus?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah. It
There's
was
a lot of
Hulu.
Asians.
It was
She's
Oh, okay. Oh, Hulu.
okay.
Okay. That makes sense. Speaking of that, for the One Piece lovers out there, One Piece live action season 2 comes out on Tuesday on Netflix. So I am super excited about that. It's getting even better. They're starting to hit kind of the high parts of the anime. So the live action is gonna get even better if you like the first season. If you have not watched the first season, go back and watch it. It's really, really good. You'll fall in love with the characters, and it's on and popping from there. So check that out. And I just wanted to shout out the LaFleur basketball team. Came up here in the semifinals for the high school championships, state championships, and got drug. They lost so bad. But Winona, I just want to shout them out here in Birmingham. They killed it. And while I was listening, we were watching the game. One of the Winona folks said, "Hey, y'all aren't bad. We're just that good." And I will say they are just that good. That is a very, very good team. So shout out to Winona. I hope you guys go all the way on it. And I'm sorry to my Rattlers. I was there to support. Let's I'm liking what I'm seeing. The band came strong. Kind of that Rattler spirit that we know and love from back in our day is starting to really, really come back. Because there was a little bit of a dip for a little while there at LaFleur. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from the last couple years. Just LaFleur having its voice again, having that kind of morale is back with the students, and so that's the most important part. So shout out to them, man. That's all I got.
All righty. A couple of things. It's been another weird week for me, but I will say this: parents, especially our parents of our, I don't even say older kids, but parents where kids are coming of age and are understanding their feelings. Talk to your kids, and I really recommend letting them speak to a professional a couple of times. We did an episode or a workshop recently with the lamplighters, and not getting into specifics, but it was an activity called wearing the mask, and we were able to have them look at. It was a mental health workshop where we talked about mental health and stress and stuff like this. This week was basically on stress, but first part of the exercise, they would write on the front of the mask how they're viewed, and that could be unfair things that are put on them, like, hey, labels and all this stuff. Hey, I'm the oldest child. I'm the youngest child. I'm the only child. I'm black. I'm a woman, whatever those things are. And we talked about that and the pressures that come with that. But the real exercise was when we turned inside the mask and it's like, what are the things people don't see about you or know about you? The only things that you see. And when I say these young men opened up and shared and they poured their heart out, it is amazing some of the things these kids are saying and feeling. And they don't know how to show it because our goal was to tell them that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to share, you know, being functional doesn't equal being fine. Your strength doesn't come from being quiet. And I mean, we had so many different descriptions and so many kids open up and we're reaching out to parents and stuff like that, just kind of talk to them a little more. And it wasn't that these guys were just like about to cave in, but it's the pressures they feel. You know, Brian, and I'm just using an example. You're talking about Jasmine getting into school. There is some pressures that are going on behind the scenes with her that she's probably spiraling, that she won't let you or Tab see. And even the stuff you see probably is just a small part of what she's thinking. Like, if my dad took me here, but what if I don't get into the school? Or what if I'm not good enough? Or what if, I mean, so many of those things and those expectations I talked about earlier. So, parents, I urge you to take time to talk to your kids and have a judgment-free zone and talk about being a parent and some of your fears and your challenges. And hopefully and maybe you need to sit down and do a similar exercise, do a self-assessment as well, but let them see your vulnerability. And I think that's what helped them is because I shout out to my mentors, my team. They really did a good job of sharing their vulnerabilities. And I think that showed the young men that it was okay to be vulnerable. I say that with a heavy heart because I don't know all the details, and I know any of the details actually. And I'm not going to drop any names, but just found out right before we started recording that one of our lamplighters, actually our first lamplighter. So often you hear me talk about we started with one kid, is no longer with us today. You know, so found out he passed away about a week ago, and so still processing that. I don't know the details around that, but it shows you how quickly life is gone and always could I have done more? What could have been done differently? Some of my mentors still kept in touch with him, but and I'm not connecting the dots and saying it was a mental. I don't know any of the details, so I just want to make sure I say that. But it's just you just never know what people are going through, and I say that these kids are have pressures that we don't even understand they're going through. So young, old, talk to these kids, encourage them to open up if they can't open up to you have them open up to somebody because some of these kids are about to fold. So hopefully, my question was light enough, but I didn't want to close on a somber note, but I did want to put that out to the families and the parents. So with that being said, Three Brothers No Sense, Six Rules of Podcast, listen, like, share, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, listen again. Talk to you next week.